So again, we will spend little time on again the class and object, guys. Okay. So because I think that Saturday few people are not joined, right? So what is a class? Already we discussed it, right? I mean, in detail we discussed what is class and object on Thursday class, it seems. Now, little bit we will discuss one more time. What is a class? Okay, what is a class means technically we can say the collection of member variables and member methods, right? Collection of member variables and member methods. Collection of member variables and member methods. Okay, member methods. Now, if you take one example of a class, okay, let me take one example, right? So now, see, someone is drawing, guys. Please unlock yourself. Please, someone is drawing. Undo that. Everyone, please make it control Z. Yeah. So now, if you see, just I'm writing, okay, peoples, right? Persons, right? Let me take person as a classification. I think already we discussed it, right? No need to go again. Class persons. Persons is what? It's a kind of classification. It's an imagination, right? It's not a physical one. So this is kind of what blueprint. Okay. In the persons, what we have, guys? What persons can have? Tell me. What persons can have? Name, right? Name also we have. And height. Properties I'm talking. Okay. What persons can has? I mean, what are the common properties person can have? Height. Next,
Right, right,
weight.
right.
Okay. Next, color. Right? So these are the
Yes.
properties. Okay. These are the properties. At the same way, behaviors also we have. Eat. Okay. And run. Okay. Next, walk. These are the behaviors. Right? This is what classification of a class. This is what, guys, please undo. Again, someone is drawing. Please lock yourself, guys. Okay. So this is what, guys, class, right? So now these are the common properties and behaviors. Okay. So we use technically these properties we use it to call as variables and behaviors we use it to call as methods. Right? We use it to call as methods. The same time, already we told you, right? Persons means what? One classification. Out of this person, class is what? One kind of model. Out of that model, okay, what we can produce? Objects we can produce, right? Objects we can produce. See, in real world, okay, Santosh, myself is in one object, right? Satyanarayana, he is also one kind of object. Rajesh, he is also one kind of object. Guys, how many times I told you? Someone is drawing. Please don't do. Okay. Next, Vignesh, he is also one kind of object, right? Kishore, he is also one kind of object. Shravani, she is also one kind of object, right? Dog, she is also one kind of object. So in real world, everything if you are seeing, that is also kind of objects only, guys. Okay. So now in the persons, this is a one classification. What persons can have? Name, height, weight, color. Okay, these are the common properties person has. Okay. So what are the methods he has? I mean behaviors. He can eat, he can run, he can walk, right? So these are the what behaviors. All together we use it to call as a class, right? So already we discussed a lot of time on that. Okay, we don't need to go again, right? So this is a class. So now out of class, what we can produce? Objects we can produce. Okay. How objects we can produce? If classes exist, then only you can create objects, right? Object is what? Physical. Okay. So by using that object, we can feel it, we can touch it. Okay. So like that. Okay. Myself is an object. Okay. I have physical hands. I can see my hands. I can see my legs, right? And I can eat. Okay. I can walk. I can talk. Okay. I'm doing right now. This is what myself I am experiencing. Okay. This is kind of real object. Okay. But to define me, so what is there? There is a persons. Persons means what? It's a kind of virtual. Okay, it's a classification. We cannot touch it. We cannot feel it. So okay, that is kind of person. So this is imagination. Persons means so these are the properties has. These are the behaviors has. Only we can imagination, right? We can imagine, but we cannot touch it. Okay, that is a virtual. But based on persons, I am the real object. I am what kind of person? Satyanarayana what is also kind of person. So he is what object. I am also what object. Okay, myself is in a physical. Myself is in a reality, right? I can see my hands, I can see my legs, and I'm talking, I'm eating. Okay, myself I'm experiencing, right? So this is called what object. Okay, so now one person's. Okay, this is a class. For the class, how many objects we have? Persons. How many persons we have in the real? I mean, in the real world, we have multiple persons, right? Crores of persons we have. Understood, guys? Everyone, please unmute yourself and follow me, guys. Okay.
Yes, Santosh.
Yeah.
So,
So now let's suppose for persons we can create object. Okay. So now let me create one object. Here I'm creating one object, guys. How we are creating object? By using this class classification. Okay. I'm creating one more object also. I'm creating one more object also. Here I'm creating one more object also. So we can create number of objects, right? Okay. Now, in this object, okay, now tell me here in this object, what can be the name? Okay, name is Santosh. Understood, guys? Next, height. Height is 179 centimeters. Okay, weight. Weight is 76 kgs. Okay, next color. Color is, okay, like black. Okay, so there is no, I mean, black and white, there is no color, guys. Okay, color is black. See now, what is what Santosh? 179 centimeters, 70 kgs, color black, right? Okay, so this is what one kind of object, right? Understand, guys? See here, I'm using same properties. I'm using same properties, same variables. But here what? Okay, the properties may be different values. Understand or not? Okay, now coming to Satyanarayana. So what is this object? Name is what?
yeah,
Name is Satyanarayana, right?
Sir, I have one question here.
Okay, height is, yeah, we will discuss, guys. We will discuss. Okay, height is what? Let's suppose 175 centimeters. Okay, next weight is what? Something called 73 kgs. Okay, next color is what? Something called, okay, black. Okay, so like this, now going to another object. Going to another object. So what is this object name? Tell me, guys. Let's suppose Vignesh. Let me take Vignesh. Name is what here? Vignesh. Height is what here? Maybe he have 170. Okay. Weight is here? Maybe something called 66. Okay. So color is what? He has white. Let's suppose take white color. Right? Now here what? We are creating three different objects. Okay. We are creating three different objects. For all three objects, based on which classification is it creating? Persons classification. Persons is what? Class. Understand, guys? Here, if you see how many copies we created objects, three copies. So each and every individual copy is what? Different. Understand or not? Everyone.
yeah,
So
understand.
here we can create multiple objects. We can create multiple objects by using same properties and behaviors. Okay. Here, the properties data may be vary. Understand? This is Santosh object. This is Satyanarayan object. This is Vignesh object. These three persons are what? Different objects, but having same properties. Okay, Santosh also can have two hands. Okay, Santosh can also some color. Santosh also can have some name. Santosh also height also some have, and width also has, right? Satyanarayan also same kind of properties he also has. Understand? Vignesh also has same kind of properties. Okay, but here the data within that object is maybe varying. Understand? But all the objects are using same properties, same behaviors. Understand or not? Okay, here see, by using one copy, okay, you can write your own data within that within that copy. Okay, understand? Or let's suppose if you take a notebook here, okay, there is a notebook, okay, so there is a plan, there is a design of that notebook, okay, so this is the main page look like, okay, 200 pages has to be there, so like that we design. Let's suppose classmate notebook. That classmate notebook, that kind of first design is what? Classification. That is called class. Okay. By using that design, how many copies we can create? Number of copies we can create. Okay. Number of copies we can create. Let's suppose by using the classmate design, we created 10 copies of the classmate books. Okay. Now, see now, these 10 copies are what? Different. Okay. By using the first copy, if you write something, the content, okay, you may need to write something, right? Something content you are going to write. The same content need not be there in the another copy, right? I am also purchasing one classmate notebook. Satyanarayan also, he purchased some other classmate notebook. The content what I am going to write, it need not be same as Satyanarayana content what he is going to write. He is going to write something else. I'm going to write something else. Understand? The data may be different. Understand? Right? But my classmate notebook also the first page is same. His classmate notebook also the first page is same. In my classmate notebook also I have 200 pages. In his classmate notebook also he has 200 note pages. But in my first page I can write something else data. But his first page, his classmate notebook first page, he can write something else data. Understand or not? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now here, if you see for every object, we created every object, right, in Java. Okay. So now class means what? It's a virtual. Okay. So we cannot access. How can we access the data? By using objects only. Okay. For the objects, actually, we allocated memory, guys. Okay. We allocated memory for objects. Why? By objects, by using objects only, you can access the data. Right? Here, persons. Persons is virtual. Myself is in a real. By using myself, I can do anything. Right? I can access. Okay. Let's suppose already we discussed bike. Okay. Bike is a design. The design document. Okay. The bike design document. What is the horsepower? What is the CC? What is the color? Okay. These are the designing. These are the planning. That is called classification or class. Okay. By using that plan, by using that blueprint, okay, so the bike manufacturers, they will produce number of bikes, right? If you see the Royal Enfield Classic also we have, Royal Enfield Standard also we have, next Royal Enfield Himalayas, Himalaya bike or something, okay, most of the bikes are coming, okay? If you see those bikes, maybe that CC may be different, the color may be different, the horsepower also may be different, right? So like these, different things are there, but all are what? By using that design only, all the bikes are produced. So if you once the bike is produced by some manufacturer company, you can feel it, right? You can touch that bike. Okay, you can ride the bike, you can start the bike. That is all real object. But the plan what we have see, by using that plan only this bike has been designed, right? That plan is what? It's not a real, it's a virtual. Understand? For now coming to Java also, there is a class. By using class is what kind of blueprint or kind of model. Okay. So by using that only we are creating objects. Okay. Now for object, you can access. Okay. Once you create the object, by using that object, you can access the data. You can use the data. Okay, someone is doing something. Again, please control that, guys. Guys, please lock it here. I think you guys has an option, okay, to lock the what you call the whiteboard. Please lock it. Make it control Z. Someone did minimize the screen, I think. Numbers. Very difficult to explain in notepad. I mean, this whiteboard, because people are doing something. Keep on asking, don't do anything on that. Yeah. Okay. So now, how can we access this class? Okay. How can we access the class properties and behaviors? By using object. Object is what? Instance of a class, right? So now, for the object, how can we access the data means what? We have to store the object, right? We have to store the data into somewhere. So because we are writing Java program where in computer system, right? Means what? We have to allocate memory for that object. Okay. CRC class persons, how many objects we created? 3 objects we created. For the 3 objects, okay, memory will be allocated, guys. Where the memory will be allocated, everything we will see in detail future. Don't worry. Okay. So in the heap memory, actually, memory will be allocated for the objects. Okay. So here, name, height, weight, color, what are these variables? We will see what is these variables, how many types of variables we have. For the variables also, memory will be allocated, where the memory will be allocated. Everything we are going to see. Okay. Everything we are going to see in detail. Don't worry. Okay. For memory also memory will be allocated. Sorry, variables also memory will be allocated. And how many types of variables also we have will see. Okay. And methods also we will see. How many types of methods also there in the Java also we will see. Everything we will see, guys. Don't worry. For objects also, no. For object memory will be allocated. Right. So now each and every object has separate unique ID, guys. How the Java, in the memory, these objects will be stored, right? For every object, there is a unique code. Okay. That is called hash code. Okay. We will see in detail while writing program. Let's suppose for this object, there is a hash code called like 1001. Okay. Let's suppose for this object, there is a hash code called, okay, unique identification number, guys, 2. Okay. For this object, maybe 1003. Okay. So these are these different unique numbers. Okay. Will be allocated for these objects. Why? Because all these 3 objects will be stored into where? Memory. Okay. So this object will be different. This object will be different. This object will be different. By using this object only, we can access this data. By using this object only, you can access this data. Okay. By using this object only, you can access this data. Okay. The data which are there in the object will be different. May be different. Understand? So that's what. So how these objects will be stored into the memory? For every object, there is a unique number, guys. Okay. So if you want to access this object means what? JVM, okay, will assign for this object, there is a unique code. By using that unique code only, it will give you that object. Okay. So we will see how to create object and everything we will see in detail. Okay. So like that we will create objects. For each and every object, memory will be allocated for, okay, in the Java, in the JVM level, for every object, there is a memory will be allocated. Understand, guys? This is called high level class and object. Let's suppose now, if you take a patient, just I am asking you, okay, just work on patient related requirement. Just create classes. Okay. How can you create class? How can you create object? Just I'm asking for high level. Just okay. So just I'm giving one real-time scenario. Hey guys, so we need to develop one kind of patient, okay, hospital related application. Let me give the patient related stuff. Just to design a class for that patient information. Okay. So how you guys can create patient related stuff? Tell me.
Name.
Patient ID.
Tell. Yeah. Now, where is this? Now, tell me. First of all, now we are creating patient related class. Okay. How can we create? Class
patient.
patient. Okay. Next one. Curly
Properties.
braces. Now what we need to define properties of patient, right? What class can contain? Tell me.
Name.
What class can contain? No, I'm asking what class can contain member variables and member methods.
Member method.
Member method.
Right? Member variables and member methods class can contain. Right? Yeah. Sai Teja, tell me if I give patient is a requirement. Hey, Sai Teja, so we're going to develop one kind of application that is a hospital related application. Hey, please guys unmute. Control Z. Undo. Again, you guys are writing something in Notepad. Just click on Control Z, or else you have an option. Please lock it. There is an option called lock. Just click on lock. If you click on lock, I think you will not do anything in the Notepad. Please make it, guys. Please use that option. Okay. Yeah. Patient. Okay. So I'm giving one requirement to you, Sai Teja. Okay. So we are going to develop one hospital related application. Okay. So now further, just analyze patient related stuff. Okay. In Java means what? Everything we are going to dealing with class and object only, because Java is what? Completely object oriented programming. So everything, every requirement, finally we are converting to class and object, right? Saiteja, can you hear me? Mute yourself.
Sir.
Yeah. So now tell me how you create patient class. So class means what? Class means what? Collection of
Member variables and
member methods, right?
Yeah, Santosh.
Yeah. Rajesh, you tell me. I think Saiteja is having facing some
Yeah,
issues.
collection of
Yeah.
member variable and member method.
Member methods, right? So I'm giving patient. Okay. Tell me. So patient class, can you imagine what are the properties patient can have? So what are the methods patients can have? Just give me few things. Tell me, patient.
Patient name.
What are the members? Name of the
Name
patient.
will be
Next. After that, patient ID, right?
ID.
While joining, we have to assign some ID, right? Name and ID.
Yes.
Age, right? Age and address, right? Address
Phone number.
and problem. Okay. Which problem is
Yeah.
facing right now? Okay. From which problem is suffering, right? Disease, like you can put disease or something. Okay. So like that, we have common properties. Okay. So what can be the methods? Joining, right? When he joining, okay. Treatment, right? Treatment, okay. First, okay, diagnose, తర్వాత treatment, right? Next treatment. First joining, diagnose, diagnosis, right? Next treatment, next discharge. Okay, these are the methods can have, right?
Yeah.
Guys, understand? So now this
Yeah,
is
yes.
this is what kind of classification, guys? This is what kind of classification, right? Let me. We'll see, guys, what is this curly braces and everything you will see. Okay. So this is what kind of classification, right? This is high level. Okay. Patient can be. So these are the form, kind of form, guys. Okay. These are the form. So while entering the hospital, they will give some form, right? For every patient, fill this form like that. They will give you, right? Okay. In the form, what it will be there? Patient name, patient ID, patient age, patient address. Okay. So disease. Okay. So like this, there is a form, right? So this is a kind of what classes means. Every patient has. These are the common properties. These are the common methods. Okay. This is the plan. Patient means this is the plan. Understand everything, everyone?
yes, sir.
Okay. So now
Yes, sir.
out of these, we have to create objects. This is what physical form. We cannot access, right? We cannot access. But out by using this model, by using this blueprint, okay, now we need to create objects, right? So real objects. Here what? Patient is a real objects. Let's suppose Ravi. Ravi is a patient here. Okay. Tell me. Ravi is a patient, right? Patient name is what here? Ravi. Okay. ID is what? Let's suppose 101. Okay. Age is what? Let's suppose 35 years. Okay. Address is what? Let's suppose Hyderabad. Okay. This is what? Let's suppose favor. Understand, guys? Everyone. So this is what? One kind of object. How we created this object? By using this? By using this model.
Patient. Yeah.
Patient class model. Okay. The same way, you can create one more object. This is what? Another patient. Okay. What is the patient name? Let's suppose Suresh. Okay. What is the ID? 102. Okay. What is the age? Let's suppose 26. Where he is from? Vizag. Okay. What is his disease? Let's suppose something. Okay. Stomach pain. Okay. So like this, how many objects we can create? Multiple objects we can create. But all these objects, okay, by using this model only we are going to create. Understand, guys? See here, objects, we can create many objects for one class. We can create many objects by using one class. For one class, we can create one object or many objects. Understand or not? But here, if you see, the data of the object may be vary. Okay? Data of the object may be vary. This copy of the data will be different. This copy of the object data will be different. Understand, guys? Everyone. Okay. For object, if you create object means what? Memory will be allocated. Why? In future, if you want to access the data means you cannot access this class because this class is what? It's not a physical. Okay. How can you access this data? Okay. Let's suppose in future you want to see Ravi. Okay. When he joined, so what is the disease he is suffering from? Okay. Okay. So what is the treatment we have given? Okay. So when he discharged, you want to see. How can you see? If you store this data, then only you can see, right? Understand or not, guys? Okay. Means what? You have to allocate memory for this object. If you allocate memory, then this object will be stored into the system. After that, you can access. Understand? This is what? Physical object.
Yeah.
So by using this object, you can access the data, you can see the data. Okay. So you can see all the details. But whereas class, you cannot see anything in that class. Class is what? It's a virtual. Right? For the class, these are the objects. These are objects are the real. By using objects only, you can access, you can see, okay, you can experience. Hope you guys are understand. So like that, okay, after the class, just imagine if you see any kind of requirement. So by using that requirement, okay, so hospitalization in hospital. So what are the things we need to be taken care? Okay, so like that, go and see, create few classes, guys. Just high level. Okay, these might be classes. These can be classes. These can be classes. Like that. Understand? Then you guys will understand more clearly. So hope you guys are understand what is class and what is object, very high level, guys. Okay. So we will see in detail how you can create object and everything. We will see, guys. Okay. But high level I am teaching now. So let me stop this one. Export this. Yeah. So now let me stop this presenting.
Sir, I have one question here. Can I
Who is
ask?
that? Who is that?
Rupesh here, sir.
Yeah, Rupesh, tell me.
Yeah, suppose, sir, we have a patient class, correct? In that case, suppose some patient have some unique, what is that? Unique feature like the other patient don't have. In that case, what we can do? Like other
Sorry?
than name, ID, address, or disease, correct? We have some other variable we have to use for some particular patient. In that case, what we have to do then? How we can add in that particular object? Suppose for my name itself, Rupesh patient, correct? we have another like phone number we have to add for my particular patient.
You
In
can
that case,
add.
what we can do?
No, that's what. See, what are the common properties and behaviors you have? All the common properties and behaviors you have to have in the class itself. Whether you are using that common property in the particular object, that is completely based on your interest. Okay. If you are not using means what? It will have default value. We will see, guys. Okay. We will see. I mean, the next topics we will see. Okay. So let's suppose now name class is what? Name, ID, age, address, disease. So these are the common properties we defined. Okay. So by using only these properties only you can create object. Understand? Now additionally, if you add mobile number also one of the property where you have to add class, right? Now mobile number also additional property you added. Now in the Ravi class, you are giving the data only for Ravi, okay, and ID and age, address, and what you call disease. Only you entered. Mobile number you did not enter. But by after creating object by using that class structure, okay, if you see, you can see the data Ravi, name means Ravi for the Ravi object, and ID can be 101, age can be 35, and Hyderabad address will be Hyderabad, and what do you call disease can be, I mean, will be fever. But when you try to access mobile number, what you will see, because you are not giving any mobile number here while creating object. Okay. So then mobile number will be about what is the by default value? 0. We will see, guys. Okay. We will see for each and every data you are allocating, right? You are giving that property, right? For the property also, for every property, there is a type. Okay. So there are types of properties. Properties means here variables, right? Properties only we are used to call variables, right? In the Java. Okay. We will see how many types of variables we have. So what are the default values for the variables? If you are not assigning, we will see everything in detail. This is high level I'm giving. Okay. What is a class and object? Just I mean, explain you guys. Okay. For every object what we created, so there is a unique number will be created. Unique number will be assigned for each and every object. Okay, that is called hash code, guys. So we will see in detail. I mean, the future classes. Don't worry.